Welcome to TechbrothersIT. In this video, we are going to learn how to schedule maintenance with the PostgreSQL instance by using a cron extension. So we'll have a GCP Postgres instance on which maybe we want to truncate table or delete old data on some schedule. We might want to build the indexes or create new indexes or run vacuum command or run execute SQL commands or store procedures and all that. So in all those cases where you want to schedule some task that can be done with the cron extension on GCP PostgreSQL instance. Also, this can be done on the AWS Postgres instance as well. So let's go ahead and take a look. Here what I have Postgres instance and you can see right there that's the Postgres 14 and this is the IP I'm using to connect to this instance. If you go further down there, what I have added my IP so I can make a connection to this. So right here in the connections, I have enabled public IP and I have added my IP, and so I can connect from my laptop. So here's my PG admin, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to add this instance to it. So let's go ahead and take the IP of this instance, and then we will go from there. Let me copy right there, and then go to PG and then the register server, and I'm going to call this one my Postgres. Okay. So go to connection. Here you provide the IP, that's the port, Postgres user, provide the password. If you have different user, you can use different user. I'm using the Postgres user that's with GCP instance auto created. Now I'm connected here and I can see that we don't have whole lot databases here. So if you see, I have only Postgres database here. That's all I have. And now let me go back here to the portal and show you databases here. So you see right there, that's already system database comes with the instance. So what we can do, we can create a database from here, or we can create a database from the PG admin as well. So just right click here and say create database, and now we can provide the database name called test. Okay, and save. Owner is Postgres user. Database, okay, it says that values background of this union constraint failed database ID. Let me see, maybe sales DB. Okay, so if I do this, will it work? Yeah, sales that will work, and now we can go with the sales database. If I go back here in the portal in the databases, I should have that. Now think about that. Actually, the test was already there. That's why, and sales test sales DB, I just created it. Okay, all right. Now what we need to do from here, so think about that. If I want to create a table automatically at 5 p.m. on this database, so how I can do that? There is no scheduler here that I can go ahead and schedule from here. Beside, I will go for a cloud scheduler. In that case, I might have to create a cloud function, use the cloud scheduler, use some pub sub and all those kind of techniques there to create this all things happening for me, or simply go to cloud scheduler and try to do something from there as well by using HTTP. That we have other videos where you can see how I use the cloud scheduler, but here we are not going to use that. We are going to use the PG cron extension that's available on our Postgres database. So how we enable it, that's the first thing. To enable it, what we have to do, we have to go to the instance level, and then in the instance we will go to the edit and then enable couple of flags there. So what we are gonna do, we are gonna go all the way here in the flags, and here we are gonna add 2 flags. I have this document prepared because I also forget things, and what you're gonna do, you're gonna I will put in the description and you can follow along in that. So this is a very first extension, enable PG cron. That's what you are gonna do it. Some people, I don't know, they call it cron or whatever, so whatever works for you. My accent is already pretty bad on, so I already get a lot of comments for that. So anyways, the cloud SQL dot enable underscore PG underscore cron. So here and now you have value on and off. I'm gonna go ahead and enable it. Hit done. And now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go add another flag. The second flag that we are need to do it is called cron.database name. So we need to tell where exactly that database is that will hold our job and schedule and all that. So we need to provide that database. In this case, we can go with the database name mid sales DB. Okay, you can provide whatever works for you. So if I will right here, okay, cron.database underscore name, that's what you need to select, and here you provide the value. So for the value you have to provide the database name. Okay, so what you need to do here, we have a sales DB, so I'm gonna type that here. Okay, that's great, and hit OK, and now we are all done here. And if we can further see right there, that's our 2 flags we added. We had to save, and we should be done. It is saving and restarting. So remember that it has to be done over the weekend or somewhere, maybe when you are making these changes. It cannot be done during the day, or if you are okay with the restarting your SQL during the day, then you can go ahead and make the changes. While it is restarting, I'm gonna go ahead and copy this entire script, and we are gonna work it through. So let me copy this, and this is more like experiment you are gonna do right there. So if you go to the sales DB right there and go to the schemas, as of now probably you have only public schema. Once we are gonna enable the cron extension, and we are gonna see the cron schema as well. So click right there, right click and say query tool, and then we are gonna paste our queries there. Let's paste our queries, and let's get rid of this search. I don't want this search pad. So let's go ahead and take a look if our server has restarted. So if we go right here and go to the SQL, and now what we can see that it has been restarted. Let's click right there and see if the changes are there. So go to the overview page, and then you're gonna scroll down right there, and here you're gonna see the databases flags. So you're gonna see right there enable PG cron, and then a database that you would like to use for the cron. Now what we need to do, we will go to the PG admin here, and if I will go and select this extension, so if I run this query, it's going to return me some records, all those extensions which are enabled on this sales DB. So you see right here there is not a whole lot to show. So there is only one extension, right, PGSQL, that's there, but we have to install this PG underscore cron. So I'm going to copy this or highlight this one, and then run this code. So once I do that, it's going to create this our extension. And now if I go back here and select the list of the extension installed, is going to give me 2 of them, and one will be PG underscore cron. So see right there, that's showing up right there. So we are all good now. Now by just enabling that one, what happened here? So if I go to the refresh the database, let me refresh, and then after refreshing, I'm going to show you a few things. If you go to schemas here, you're going to see 2 schemas. Before that there was only one schema, public, and now we have a cron schema as well. Once I drill down on the cron schema and go to the tables, I'm going to see 2 tables there. One is called job, another is called the job run detail. So these 2 tables are there, so we can query these. If you see right there, I just said select asterisk from cron job, so that's the table I would like to get the data. So right now there should be no record in this one. When we are going to insert the records that we would like to schedule different tasks, that we will see it here. You will see job ID, schedule, command, node name, node port, database on which you want to run that, username that you would like to use, and active or not active, and job name as well. Now the next query is going to return you after we run the job, so we can see the history. So that's going to be job run detail. Okay, so we can go ahead and run it. As of now it doesn't have anything. Now you see right there, this is giving us all the information, when the job started, when ended, what was the status. So you are going to see all that information. So how you create the job, that's the first thing. So what you're going to do is very easy. You're going to say select cron.schedule. Okay, that's what you will do, and then you can put the schedule here. So that's the time. Now after putting the time, you can simply say comma and then provide the query that you would like to put right there. As of now, let me see if I have into the table. So create index, I have that. Where do I have create table information? Let me put one more statement here that will create the table. Okay, so let's copy this, and first we will put that create table. I'm going to copy there, here, and then so now we can go ahead and insert the different tasks and schedule what we would like to do. So in this case, let's say I want to create our table here, and in this table I want to call this a person one. Now I want to create the person one table. So first of all, I have to say select cron dot schedule and then provide the schedule on which I would like to execute this statement. You're going to have $$ around your statement here, and $$ at the end of this statement here as well. So a comma comes here. So I will put this code in the description. So right now, let's say I want to run this. So I don't know what time it is right now. So I'm going to go ahead and say select now. That's going to give me the current time on the server. So see right there, it is 23:48. So 11 o'clock and 48 minutes. So now I can go right here and always build my cron tab schedule here. Okay, so if I will do 50, then that means minutes 50, hours 23, and then day, you can put between 1 and 31, and in my case I put asterisk, that means every day. So then you have month, that means every month, and every day every month, and then you have a day of week. So you have you can always put the Sunday comes on 7. If you just want to run on the Sunday, then you can do 7. Otherwise I'm fine with the every day as well. So I'm going to copy right here. So let's put this information here, and then instead of actually 50, let's do 51 because I got pretty late while I copy and all that. So now once we run this statement, what it's going to do is going to insert the entry in the jobs table. So just execute it, and you see that it's returning a 3 because I was experimenting with a couple of items before. So I was making sure things are working as expected. So you can see right there, so the job ID is given 3 for us. So right there, so this is going to run at 51 minute at 11 o'clock, and then you have every day of the month, and it will run on this one, and it will run this statement. It will create a table called person one right there. Okay, so but how we can check the status once the time is there? So it is still it is 50, so it is going to be 50. It's going to take 1 minute. So while it will run, once this statement will run, it will insert the data into this table and tell us if our last statement is successful or not successful. So you see right there, that's what happened right there. Okay, so now it is just the time, and it ran the statement and created a table, and also told us like this is successful and this is action it did. So if I go into this tables and now I refresh, it will show me the table person one right there. So it is it worked. So next day, remember, it's going to run next day if you will leave this entry as it is, because we have every day of the month. So this is going to be not really great thing because it's going to fail because table does exist already. So you can always go and delete if you want. So in this case, if you want to delete this entry, now there are multiple jobs you have and you don't want to keep them, you can always go right here, select asterisk from cron.jobs, and you have these jobs right there. So whatever you want to delete or even deactivate it. Okay, so in case you want to delete it, you will say select cron.unschedule and just provide the ID here. So in this case, maybe it was only one time I wanted to do it, so I just let it be right here, and then I delete it. So I'm going to go ahead and select and then run, and it will remove that. So now if I will go further, I want to remove, let's say, every of them. I don't want to run them again ever, on any schedule. So I can go ahead and execute, and this will do it. Now I can go ahead and do 3 as well, and now we'll have no record in our cron dot jobs table. So if we go back here, there will be nothing here, and we can execute. Okay, great. Now, if we want to go ahead and also run, let's say I want to delete everything from a person table. Now, in the person table, we did not insert any data. So let's do one thing. We will insert some data into the person first, and then we will delete. So let's say at 54:23, I'm going to copy this schedule. So this is insert into our table. So at 54, insert some data. Okay, so in 54 minute and 11 o'clock, and insert into person 1, value 2, Raza, and then do this. So I will go ahead and run this, and it will insert an entry in our job table. Now you see that the ID is auto incremental. So you don't have to, even we have deleted all the records, but it's going to be incremental. So now there is a job ID 4 there, and it is what it is going to do. It's going to run at 54 minute of 11 o'clock, and it's going to insert the data into the person 1. I can right click here on the person as just a time completed, and I can say script and select. Okay, execute. So it didn't really run it. Let me go back here. Let's check the status of our job, because at 54 we were expecting this should execute and insert the data. Maybe our statement is wrong. So yep, it is wrong, because this has a sale amount I was inserting. So that's one of the things. So we can delete, but let me show you what it has in the details, so at least we know that what it comes in case of failures. Now you see that it failed, and in the error message it says that insert a fail. So if we go right there, I'm going to drag this just so you can see that insert has more expression than target column. That's why it failed. Anyways, so what we can do, we can go ahead and even we can leave that one, like we don't have to delete, because the schedule is gone, and now next day it is going to run at this time and fail it again. So what we can do, we can insert at 56. So I will do 57 for me, and now I will insert another time for there. Now it inserted, and by the time right now it's 56. Once it's 57, it's gonna go ahead and insert the record for us. It would automatically run. So if we run this job list, it's going to give us, see right there, this one, it should insert one record into the person table once the time is there. Now we have the right amount of column. First we had extra column there. Okay, the time has completed 57. Now if I go back to this table and we execute, there should be one row there. So you see right there, data is there. Also, if I can go back here and if I will run this statement to check the status, I should have the value there. So right there, inserted one. So that's cool. Now what you can do, you can let's say you want to create some indexes and all that, you can do as well. So in this case, let's say on this table person 1 on ID, I want to create some index on some specific time, and the time is let's say at 59 of this 11 and that, right? So in this case I'm just doing every day, but you know that how to change it. So in this case let's do 58, and now it will create it will put this in schedule. Once the time will come, actually this is not going to work because it just turned out to 58, so I have to do 59. So I'm going to go ahead and insert this time. So now when the time will be 59 minutes and 11 o'clock, then we will have a index created automatically on this. So cron tab is going to take care of it. So we go to the indexes here, and then the index will be there. Right now it's not there because it didn't run yet. Okay, here the index create statement has run at 11 o'clock and 59 minutes, and now if we refresh this, we should be having our index there on this table. So you see there, whatever the statements you want to run, maybe you want to create a store procedure first and run that store procedure on some schedule. That's all doable. You will be just fine, putting it here. So I'm not going to waste your time here, but I want to show you a few more things quickly. So you see right there, so this is where your schedule comes, and then statement. So two things can be put simply straight here. It will take care of everything. But if you want to do it more, detailed one, you can always go and here go into, say, insert into cron.job and put the job ID by yourself. So check the job ID first and then put the next one. Then you have schedule, you have command, and node name or node port database on which you want to run, username that you want to use for run, active or not active, and job name. So see right here, I built that. So this is my schedule. Let's say I want to create a table, and then I have localhost, on which I want to run, and here's the port. This is the database name, test or test2, whatever you want to do. This is a user. You want to say true because you want to schedule and run, and then name of the job that you want to give. So you can insert all these value into the cron.job, and when the time will come, the schedule, it will automatically run that statement for you on the specific database that you have defined. Now I already explained how you will go ahead and, let's say you inserted more jobs or you just want to get rid of them. You can say select start from cron.job, get that, and once you have ID that you want to delete, you can simply say select cron.unschedule, and then it will be deleted. So right here, let's say, remember that we were having this issue with where we put more values, and we know that this is the wrong one. So we can always take this and put it here and get rid of it. So sometime if you just want to go ahead and make changes, you can also make changes to this table, not a big deal. So it will be very easy, to get rid of that. So that's all you will do here. Okay, so I thank you for watching, and I hope this video will help you to understand how you can use PG_cron extension in GCP, Postgres instance, or at AWS Postgres instance, and schedule your different tasks depending upon your needs.